Say about it. It's about we have 30 minutes of racing plus one lap. Dylan Yip already participated in Imola in the Super Cup, and he did a very good start at this race. He started on last position in Imola in the Super Cup and gained more than 15 position in one lap. So we have to look close at this guy, but also at Matteo Segre. And we will go to him and ask him a few questions if he wants to, because the guys are concentrating on the start. So, Signore Segre, how was it? You set the fastest time. What are your expectations for the race?
My goal for the race is just to have a good start and then pull away from the group. This is just my goal.
Okay, thanks a lot and enjoy your race.
Thank you.
Good. And now we're going to Dylan Yip. Dylan is a bit injured because he falls down at a visit at a restaurant where he lives in China, and so he's a little bit injured, but he says that that's my right foot, and for step on the gas it's quite enough. So Dylan, second position, was it that you expected?
No, for sure no.
Okay. So for the first corner, what is your program for the first few corners?
I take back what's mine.
I like this guy, so have fun, great, enjoy your race. And so we're heading to the third position, to Felix Neuhofer. He's here with his own team, and he's something like the team principal and the owner at this time all together. Okay, Felix now is concentrating, and so I head now to my commentary place, and so for you at home, enjoy the race and have fun. Thank you. So, and here we go. We are already at Variante Alta in the formation lab for the first race for today, for the first race of the weekend for the GT3 Cup. Recap. Matteo Franco Segre on first position, Dylan Yip on 2, Felix Neuhofer on 3, Ethan Ischer on position 4. And so it will be. Now leading car will make the way all again. Here, before Rivazza, they have to take grid position, and we have Indianapolis start. That means flying start, no standing start like in the Carrera Cups or in the Super Cup. We have the flying start. Oh, look at it, bunch. This bunch. They are all hot. Hot for racing, hot for the fights. And we will have 30 minutes of pure action. Field is now coming. Field is coming to start, finish straight. It's not really a straight, it's a slight right turn and a slight left turn. So field is coming. Red light, and the field's coming, and we have green light, and there we go. Somebody's going out of grass. Who will make the way all around to the first corner? It's Segre or Yip. Segre or Yip. We are now on board. Yip is falling back to third position. What are they doing? Yip now on. Felix Neuhofer is in front. Felix Neuhofer is the new leader of this race, and Yip is... What happened to Segre? Segre on second. Yip now on fourth position. Fourth position for Dylan Yip. Oh man, that was a start. I would like to see it again. So, new race leader Felix Neuhofer. Segre on second position, Yip. And yeah, Yip on fourth position. But Yip is pushing. There, Neuhofer, Segre. And then Yip is attacking. There's a little slight contact, but all cars are staying on the roads, and Yip has some trouble with... Who is it? It's a 21, it's Ethan Ischer. Some trouble with Ethan Ischer, but situation is clear. Already. So we need some okay. I have some sunshine on my monitoring, so I must, and I forgot my sunglasses at home. So, field is coming for the first lap. It's Neuhofer, Segre, Burkhardt, Yip, Ischer, Quinteri, Marchante, Gioga, Siffert, Ahn, Casella, Capella, Karamuska, Schmid, Indrona, von Balmos, Inderbizin und Marco Sachet. Or Sachet. Sorry for my German. So, Felix Neuhofer in the leading position, and look at this gap. Neuhofer and Segre are flying. Gregor Burkhardt is holding Yip back, but it's his race position. Why should he kneel down before Dylan Yip? No, it is his race, and he is his right to fight with Dylan Yip. Dylan Yip tries it all around the outside in Aqua Minerale. There's no way. Maybe down the hill to the chicane. Yip always on the outside, and always Yip, and he tries, and Ischer comes nearer. In fact, Gregor Burkhardt is holding the whole bunch. It's about now nearly 4 seconds. Oh, that's more than 4 seconds. There's Burkhardt, Yip, Ischer, Quinteri, Marchante, Gioga. That's the row. And Burkhardt is holding the whole bunch a little bit back, but it's his position and it's clearly his right. So, in front, Neuhofer, followed by Segre. We wait for the new difference. Difference is 5/10. And then we wait for the fighting group all around Gregor Burkhardt. Over 5 seconds in 2 laps. Over 5 seconds in 2 laps. Jeremy Siffert gains position. He's now on 8th position. Daniel Schmidt and Ilario Indrona are gaining also a position. He's now on 14th position. And again, Burkhardt is holding back Yip. Yip tries it and tries it. But there's no way at the moment. And we see in the grass, who's that? It's the 69 car, it's Mario Capella, all in the grass. Yip is following Burkhardt like a shadow. But there's no way to pass him. No way to pass him. Look at the front. Neuhofer in front. Segre on second. Segre follows Neuhofer, but in this lap, Segre sets the fastest lap. And it's, yeah, the group of Gregor Burkhardt, Dylan Yip, and Ethan Ischer, it's always, the more Yip fights against Burkhardt, the better Ischer comes nearer. In front we have the two guys with Neuhofer and Segre. Going strong, going fast. A little gap of 7/10 of a second, but then we have nearly 7 seconds gap to Gregor Burkhardt. And again, no way around for Dylan Yip. Maybe now. Now climbing up the hill to Acqua Minerale. Maybe there's a way. Yip is pushing, but there's no way around. Again on the outside, switching to the inside. All the way down to the chicane. Double weight here. Now there's Yip is trying. What do we see? Okay, Yip tried it and Yip loses another position to Ethan Ischer. He loses another position, but Ethan Ischer got a wonderful exit of the Rivazza 2. And he's now besides Gregor Burkhardt. Will he pass? He goes through. We have a new third position for Ethan Ischer. And Dylan Yip tries it desperately to pass Gregor Burkhardt. Ethan Ischer is now on third position. And we will see if he can make the way to Segre and to Neuhofer. And Yip is, I think, Yip is biting now in his steering wheel. Also a little lock up from Gregor Burkhardt. And now all the way around. And that's the situation. In Germany we say if two are arguing, the third one is happy. Yeah? And there they go. So Isha is now flying. He pulls the gap by 1 or maybe this 2 seconds. Yeah, and for Jip, it's no way to pass Gregor Burkhardt, no way to pass. Neuhofer still in front, leading by 0.7 of a second. And Segre keep it. Ethan Isha has now 10 seconds to the two guys in the front. And Jip, did he lost another position? There's Isha, there's Burkhardt. Oh, and there's Macchiante and there's Jip. Jip now on 6th position. And now he gains it back. He tries to gain it back against Macchiante. Little touch. That's okay. That's touring car racing. Now he's in the better position for the Aqua Minerale, and he goes through and he takes the position back. And now again attack to Gregor Burkhardt, but Macchiante wants to conquer. No, this number is now over. Okay. Let's have a look. Now the situation is already a little bit cleared. Let's have a look what the others are doing. After Macchiante, there's Quintieri. Siffert now on 8th position. And Siffert, look at Siffert. He's climbing and sneaking near Quintieri. Quintieri, a very experienced driver, and Jeremy Siffert is his first season in a GT car, and he's improving from minute to minute. The coach of Jeremy Siffert, Marco Werner, told me that he's really improving. The big steps are now made, and now he's gaining tenths per tenths at the lap times, and he makes a very good job. And now in 8th position. On 9th position we have Gioga, Mark Ahn on 10th. On 10th position, Daniel Schmid 11, Christian Karamuskia 12th, Ilario Introna 13th, Luca Casella on 14th. And in that time, Segre is coming nearer to Neuhofer. Segre is coming nearer. Let me finish the last thought. Inderbitzin on 15, Daniel von Balmos 16, Marco Sachet 17, and the one driver with the spin, Mario Capella, on last on the 18th position. Segre now is pushing. Segre is now pushing. Down to Rivazza. He comes nearer. Maybe Segre is now in the slipstream for Tamburelli, but I think it's not in this lap. Not in this lap, but he's closer. He closed the gap from 7/10 to 3/10 now. And he also did the fastest lap of the race. I see it, and now 1:44.989. if you listen closely, when they come down the hill, Agua Minerale, they're in the limiter. I hope we could again hear it. It's fascinating when they come down the hill and they are in the limiter. That sound is awesome. So Neuhofer is now pulling the gap a little bit more. Sikro was the last lap quite nearer, and now Neuhofer is pulling the gap again. That's more than three of the 3/10. Definitely more. Just have a closer look when they cross the line. Yeah, 8/10 of a second. Felix Neuhofer. Maybe he's he woke a little bit up. Where's Isha? Isha is now 11 seconds behind. Now we are here on board with Ethan Isha. Tamburello 1, Tamburello 2, and again now new attempt by Dylan Yip. Dylan Yip is now on the better line, and the better line with Gregor Burkhardt. Will he pass? But the next corner is left-handed. No, but drift. Light touch now for Yip. Now he's on the outside, and he goes round the outside with Gregor Burkhardt. But Gregor Burkhardt is fighting. He is fighting for his position. Now the next corner is left-handed, so it's the better line for Burkhardt. Better line for Burkhardt, and this maneuver was this was a fight about 5-6 corners. Really impressive. This, my friends, is motorsport. This is the reason why I get up on my bed and drove all the way down from southwest Germany to Imola. But that's not over. Variante Alta. Yip is pushing and pushing and pushing. It's a real great fight to see from these two sportsmen. Great sportsmen. A little bit of touch, but it's touring car sport. It's GT sport. A little bit of touching. That's okay. That's all what we want to see. And there's no unfair maneuvers. Maybe Burkhardt is in fact a little bit slower of Yip, but this is racing, and Yip has to pass in fair and square and clean. And I promise you, that's not over now. That's not over. We have still 13 minutes to go. 13 minutes full of action. And I tell you what, this cup has no reason to hide behind Carrera Cup Deutschland or Italy or behind the Super Cup. The action is good. And Dylan Yip goes through. Dylan Yip passes Gregor Burkhardt, and Gregor Burkhardt is now losing another position against Macchiante. No. I think if you lose the rhythm on this track for two corners or three corners, then that's then the reason when you lost position. But Burkhardt wants to fight back. No, a little bit of. And Burkhardt has now to fight with Mattia Macchiante. We will see. There are 12 minutes to go again for Dylan Yip. Will he close the gap to Ethan Isha? It's about 6 seconds. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. No. But he has to go faster. 2 seconds per lap. We will see. We will see. Felix Neuhofer is, we say in Germany, souverän. Yeah, he pulls the gap for another few tenths, and he's now 1 second, 1 second point 3 in front. Ethan Isha 12.4 seconds behind. Dylan Yip now in 4th position. He has a gap of over 6 seconds to Ethan Isha. Don't think so. Oh, look at Jeremy Siffert. I was blind. So Jeremy Siffert is now on 7th position. He passed Ermanno Quintieri, now on 7th position. And the race is not over. Maybe there's still more room to improve. And also improve for Danielle von Balmos. Now 14th position for the lady in the field. Gained 3 positions, no, 2 positions, really. Nice improvement. And Dylan Yip is now flying. Dylan Yip, fastest sector, sector 1, now purple sector for him. Dylan Yip is now flying. I don't think he can close the gap to even Isha, but he will give us some show of his skills. Yeah. And again, Felix Neuhofer crosses the line, pulls the gap for another few tenths. Now leading by 1.5 seconds. Even Isha was a bit faster the last lap. Temporarily, fastest man on track is Dylan Yip. He's now doing 45.3. 45.3, and he's fastest man at this last lap. And he closes. I think it won't work out. It won't work out because yeah, it's not enough time to close the gap. But fastest man on track now, Dylan Yip. And look at the young guy, at Jeremy Siffert. He's making a proper good job. He passed Quintieri. There's Burkhardt Macchiante. And here comes Jeremy Siffert. Well, that's another one. What do we see here? That's the 20. The car number, no, 20, 28, 26. What do we see? Ah, yeah. Okay. Okay, Ilario Indrona passed Daniel Schmid. Let's take a look to the. Let's have a look to the front. Again, the gap between Neuhofer and Segre is quite the same as last lap, but we have 8 minutes to go, and Dylan Yip is now under 5 seconds to Ethan Isha. Maybe this could work out. Maybe. Marc-Anne passes Christian Karamushka. Marc-Anne now on 11th position. But I must say, this was real good motorsport. Real good motorsport that we saw there. Real nice, real clean fights, no unfair actions. This was very good motorsport. Let's have a look at position 3 and 4, where Ethan on Ethan Ischer on 3 and Dylan Yip on 4. Now it's the gap 4.2 seconds, 6 minutes to go. Another 5/10. Another 5/10 faster than Ethan Ischer. Ethan Ischer set the fastest time in the free practice 4, I remember, yesterday. Do we have some more improvements on the field? No, field is now settled. We have Choga. Choga is in pits. Yeah, Choga is in pits. Don't know the reason. I think he won't go out anymore. There's Ischer, Yip. Yeah, it's good that this signal, the camera signal, is lasting on these two guys, on Ischer and Yip. That might be the most interesting thing, because Felix Neuhofer is pulling the gap again, and 2.2 seconds. It's completely sovereign what he does. It's really good. Passes the line again. We wait for the gap. It's 2.3 seconds. Again, good job by Felix Neuhofer. So let's have a look at Ischer. Ischer comes over the line. And Yip now, I think the tires are now gone, and Ischer improved a little bit. So he's nearly quite close to his personal best lap time. And yeah, look at this picture. Felix Neuhofer, complete sovereign, pulling the gap to Matteo Segre. Matteo Segre had one chance, I thought, in the middle of the race, but then Neuhofer cleared the mess, and then he pulls again the gap. Really good job from Felix Neuhofer. Maybe I could make the joke that he didn't speak to me because he was full in his concentration for the race start, and he refused to speak with me. Maybe this was the receipt. No, I don't think so. It's quite scheduled timetable for the guys, and so maybe the first and the second one, that would be this was good, but now we have some reasons. So let's take a look at the gaps. Okay, and Yip again. He's now under 4 seconds. It's 3.2 seconds for Dylan Yip. 3 minutes to go. Oh, that might be impossible. He had to close the gap in every minute for a second. Okay, but if we have some awards for this race, the award for the best fight in the race goes to Dylan Yip and Gregor Burkhardt. Nice little fight. Also, not nice little fight. This was a great fight. Over 6 or 7 corners, all the way around, from Tamburello till Acqua Minerale, and always fair, always good sportsmanship. This was very, very good. Another, we have some issues. I see some issues on the timekeeper side. Ilario Introna is falling down. Christian Karamuskia now on 11th. Luca Casella on 12th. Daniele von Balmos on 13th position. What happened to Ilaria? He's going into the pits. Maybe we can clear it for you. 1 minute 30 to go, 1 minute 30 to go, plus 1 lap. And I have the impression that Felix Neuhofer is controlling the field now. No risk, always clean line. I see no drifts or oversteering. Good, clean racing line. And he keeps still the gap to Matteo Segre. Really good. So what's this now? So wait a second. As you see it also in the insert, the gap between Isha and Yip was going to be close, but now he's wider and he lost over four seconds in the last lap. Dylan Yip, we haven't got it in the picture, and I must ask him. But as far as I know, Dylan, I would say I give him some time to calm down. This little Chinese guy is really so focused on his sport, and he's a funny guy. But at the moment when he takes on his helmet, he's another boy, always focused and always. So, do we have last lap? It's the last lap now. The time's over. Let's have a look at the gap. Okay, Ethan Isha, 15 seconds behind Segre. And there's still in Yip, 6.6 seconds. Maybe there was a little mistake, and maybe they are now controlling the last lap. So these are the last few corners for Felix Neuhofer. He loses a bit of his gap in the last lap, but it's the last lap. He controls it fully. Heading down to Rivazza 1 and 2. And for the team of Felix Neuhofer, I hope you have some cool beverages. Some cool drinks now, for the reason that, or for the fact that the race winner is Felix Neuhofer. Congratulations to no. Now it's the last lap. I'm sorry. I apologize to all of you. No. This is the last lap. So I lower my voice again. I thought this was the last lap. I are doing 2 more. Okay. Or maybe we do 2 more. I don't know. I just take a look. And I should believe my eyes, not what I'm thinking. Okay. Whoa. While driving here from Matteo Segre up the hill to the Variante Alta. He's really pushing. And now the checkered flag. This is the win for Felix Neuhofer. Second place goes to Matteo Secker, and we wait for the third position. We wait for Ethan Ischer. There he comes, third position for Ethan Ischer. Dylan Yip on fourth position, followed by Gregor Burkhardt. Mattia Macchiante on 6, Jeremy Siffert. We wait for Jeremy Siffert. Jeremy Siffert, here he comes on 7th position. Hermano Quintieri on 8. We wait for Daniel Schmid for the 9th position. It's Daniel Schmid, Mark Ahn on 10th. Then it must be on 11th position, Christian Karamuskia, Luca Casella on 12th position. Here they come. Daniel von Balmos on 13th position, Marco Sachet on 14th, Ernst Albert Inderbitzen will come in as 15th, and Mario Capella, the one guy with the spin, comes in at 16th position. And two guys standing in the box there. They are Ilario Introna and Sugar. So, and I switch my microphone up, jumping on the scooter, and go to the interviews on the podium. Felix, wir dürfen das Interview auf Deutsch machen. Ich habe die Erlaubnis. Meine erste Frage, Scherzfrage. War nicht mit mir zu reden das richtige Rezept, um hier den Sieg zu nehmen?
Ja, diesmal anscheinend schon, ja. War perfekt gelaufen für das Rennen.
Also hast du abgewartet, was die zwei vor dir machen, und dann hast du gedacht, okay, jetzt gehe ich durch?
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Ist ja immer eine Sekundenentscheidung. Heute war sie richtig und bin überglücklich jetzt.
Vielen Dank, Felix. Herzlichen Glückwunsch für den Sieg. So, wir suchen uns jetzt mal die anderen zwei. Gehen wir mal Okay, switch to English, Ben. Okay, we go to the other guys.
Perché Nick, che era secondo, era già più avanti di me. E poi ancora prima.
La tua sensazione è percepito quando vedi il verde.
Sì, ma l'andatura.
Matteo, do you have a second? Okay. Matteo, congratulations to the second place. But there was a proper fight in the first few corners, and so this was the chance for Felix. Am I right?
Yeah, I did a bad start. I dropped down to third, then I came back second. At one point, I was close to him at half race, but he went a little bit away for my mistake. Then in the end, I was coming back again, but we'll try next race to do better.
But this was a proper race and best advertisement for motorsports. So thank you for this great action that you delivered, and see you in the next race. Congratulations. So, and now we go to Ethan. Ethan, one moment. Okay. Congratulations, third place.
Thank you.
If two guys are arguing, how see you the fight between Gregor and Dylan?
I mean, I just want to say a massive thank you to Gregor. I mean, without Greg, I think I'm not on the podium. So he make an incredible job after to defend first, and after when I overtake them, he make a massive job to keep Dylan. So like this, we gain some points on the championship. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to Greg and the team.
So congratulations for third place. See you on the podium.
Thank you.
Wow, this was a proper race. Great start to start this race Sunday, and we will have some more action after the lunch break. I presume about 12:30 we will be back, and so keep in touch. 12:30 we will be back. And we are back at Imola at this beautiful racetrack in this beautiful area of Italia. And we are heading for our second race on this weekend. This is the Cayman and the Classic Trophy. They are mixed up all in one race. And as you can see, the Caymans are now crawling to the positions. Here we see Guillaume and Eric Châtelet in the GT4 RS. We are waiting for our pole sitter. I hear him. There he is. And so we will ask the pole sitter of the Caymans and we will ask the pole sitter of the Classics. That will be Niki Leutwiler in the 322 Porsche, and this is Elia Papacena, the Italo-Swiss guy. So we will go to Elia Papacena maybe for a few words, but as you can remember, if you watched our first race, there's a secret receipt to win the race. It's to not make an interview with me. So we will see if this will work out in this case. So there's a thumb up from Elia. Elia, you're on pole. What's the goal for the race for you?
The goal is clear. We have to win. We have to get the maximum of the points today. And it's looking good. All the free practice sessions were really good. I have a good feeling with the car. So we know our goal and it's the maximum.
Okay, thank you. Good luck for the race. And we go straight to the pole sitter of the Classic competition. Buongiorno. Buongiorno, buongiorno. Buongiorno a tutti. I love Italia. I simply love Italia. Buongiorno. Okay. Und dieses Interview können wir auf Deutsch führen mit Niki Leutwiler. Niki, ist das Originalauto, das du gefahren hast im Supercup?
Nein, das ist es in der Tat nicht. Dieses Auto ist aus Frankreich und wie so oft in der Vergangenheit, man ist etwas traurig, dass man seine Rennwagen nicht behalten hat über all die Jahrzehnte. Aber eben, die Hosen waren zu kurz.
Okay. Ich würde sagen, Zielsetzung ist bei dir relativ klar.
Du meinst das Resultat, oder?
Ja.
Ja, wer weiß. Ich kämpfe mit etwas technischen Problemen, wie meine Kollegen auch. Diese Klassiker sind eben älter, wie wir auch, und haben so ihre Zipperlein. Also mal schauen, ob wir es schaffen bis ins Ziel.
Okay, ich wünsche dir viel Erfolg und viel Spaß beim Rennen. Danke, Niki. Okay, for our foreign fans, he told me that it is not really the original car that he drove in Porsche Super Cup about 30 years ago. It's another car bought in Finland, and I asked what is the goal for this race, and he said, maybe to keep my position, but these cars are old, and sometimes they have some little illnesses or something, or some little issues, but we hope for the best. So that's all. I jump to the commentator post and see you soon at the next grid. I love Swiss. So we're here on track. We are here in the formation lab, and so we have we are now heading for the grid positions. We're coming down the Rivazza. Exactly here. Here, all cars must respect now the grid formation. And we are prepared for 30 minutes of pure racing in the GT4 and the classic cars. Okay, grid position is now ready. Field will now come. The whole bunch will now come to start and finish straight. Start and finish straight. Here we are. Leading car is going out. Field is coming. Lights are on. Red light is on. And here we go. It's... What is this? Here they come. Okay. I was simply a bit irritated. We are missing. One came in already. He's standing outside the pit lane, and here we go. And Elia Papacena, I'm sorry, takes the lead from the first second. And look at this, Elia Papacini, complete Serene Papacena. Then his name is Papacena. And we have a little bit of a surprise in the classics, because Enzo Calderari passed Niki Leutwiler, maybe only for a few corners. No, just one. And now it's already over. So it's now Enzo Calderari in the second position in the classic race. And Niki Leutwiler is going on the first position. So we have in the GT4 Papacena in front, second Chatelain, third position Andreas Heidegger. Jovacek is out. That means pit out. That means he started behind the field. Why is he? Okay, yeah, I see. He must wait till the last of the field passed. So, and in front, in the classic field, Niki Leutwiler, second position, Enzo Calderari. Kurt Ecke, this young guy, on third position. The Caymans are heading now for the first time to start and finish straight. And still in front, Elia Papacena, followed by Chatelain and Heiniger. And oh, look at this gap. 1 lap and 1.4 seconds. We have a new third position at the classic competition. New on third is now Matteo Camata. That might be the number 343. Not might be, it's number 343. It's very hot in here, so please be, I don't know the word in English, so please be kind to me. It's very hot in here. In fact, we are sitting in the sun, and I have my umbrella in my hand. It's like Yeah, it's like a picnic with motorsport. I love it. Okay. We are already waiting here at the Rivazza corner for the classic competition. All three Caymans in the front are now heading. Here he is. Here's Niki Leutwiler. Then Kurt Ecke. Yeah, look at Kurt Ecke. Second position in the classic competition field. Second position, new second is Kurt Ecke. He took the second place from Enzo Calderari. And if you watch at home, turn on your volume. It's so, every single lap, I'm sitting outside and I commentate outside, and you must hear this sound. The sound of the 993 and the 964. It's so, I don't have the words for it, because this sound was one of the sound that influenced my love to motorsports. And this boxer sound is the essence of motorsport. So I think, and thanks to Porsche for creating more than 35 years of the Carrera Cups, and also the start with the 944 Turbo Cup. But this is the essence. And how many racers went through the Carrera and the Super Cup to become really stars in motorsport? Uwe Alsen, Kevin Estre, René Rast, Thomas Breining, Ayhan Güven, Morris Schuring, and so on and so on and so on. I would say if if I count all of the racers that made their first steps in the Carrera, I would sit tomorrow here and still counting. Yeah. So let's have a look at the classification. Still in front, Elia Papagena, more than 5 seconds away from Guillaume Chatelain. Andreas Heiniger on third position. Still in front at the classics is Niki Leutwiler, followed by Kurt Ecke. What is Kurt Ecke doing? Look at the gap. Look at the gap. 0.3 of a second. There's Niki. There's Niki. There's Kurt Ecke. Kurt Ecke is flying. Kurt Ecke is on fire. Let's have a look. There is Jovacek making his way through the field because he started from the pit lane. And look at those guys, Niki Leutwiler and Kurt Ecke. Kurt Ecke is coming for Niki Leutwiler. That will be a proper fight with these old beautiful cars. And thanks to my director here, and you're really right with the signal. This is what I like to see, and this is what we like to see in, I would say, all over the world. Two very experienced drivers in two beautiful classic cars. Perhaps fighting with each other. Here we have Maxi von der Leyen and Florian Schmidhuber participating for the same teammates, and they are fighting for let me take a look, for position 8 and 9 in the classic competition. Yeah. So, those guys all the way through Rivazza 2 heading, and someone is very going slow to the pits. Who is this? Who is this? Let me take a closer look. It's Matteo Camata. Matteo Camata, very slow, is coming to the pits. Oh, what a shame. There's Jovacek making his way through the field. Heading now for Niki Leutwiler. And yeah, now the gap is a little bit more between Leutwiler and Ecke. And this is our leader, Elia Papagena. He set also the fastest lap of this race in a 1:56.92. That's 2 seconds faster than the Guillaume Chatelain on second position. And it's astounding how consistent this young guy is. It's really makes a very good job. He dominated all 3 practices. He dominated the qualifying, and now he's leading in a comfortable way. But with 19 minutes to go, it's really, he does a really good job. And I think this is one of the guys for the future. So make a notice. Make a notice. Write his name down your notice book or your smartphone. Elia Papagena is the name. And maybe we will see him in some other greater series in the next few years. And with one eye, I keep one eye on the duel of the classics between Niki Leutwiler and Kurt Ecke. And the gap is always jumping from 6/10 to 3/10. Now we have barely 5/10 of a second between those drivers. Okay, and now all 4 Caymans are in the first 4 positions in the main classification, and Jovacek. Let's take a look at the times. Yeah, Jovacek, for example, is 7 seconds slower than Elia Papagena. Okay, this is not a competition like, you know, GT for Europe or something. It's learning. It's a lot of practice for young guys, for really good pro-ams, and all together in this weekend in this Porsche Sprint Challenge. And they have all fun together, on track, off track. It's but at the end, it's also professional racing. And as you can see, 2, I would say, I take a German explanation for those. Look at this. Look at this. I take a German explanation. Die in Würde ergrauten Herren des Motorsports. Thanks to Burkhard Bechtel for this quote. But that means they learned everything, and they never lost their speed, and they had such great fun on track together. And look at this. We are driving now 15 minutes. Niki Leutwiler and Kurt Ecke are driving in between 7/10, and this is what we want to see. Kurt Ecke had some issues at qualifying. He parked the car in Variante Alta in the chicane, I don't even know what this problem was, but now he's driving, the car is going fast, so here they are. And we have a swap of positions between Florian Schmidbauer and Maximilian von der Leyen. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7th place in the classic competition. Now for Florian Schmidhuber, and Maxi von der Leyen is fall back 1 position. Okay. The Caymans are already overlapping the classic cars. But 15 minutes of racing. For comparison, the fastest GT4 makes a 1:56 and the fastest classic makes a 2:02. Yeah, 12 seconds between the fastest guys of this multi-class race. So that's the explanation why we have overlapping in between 15 minutes of the race. So as we take a closer look to Leutwiler and Ecke, they're also really close together. Yeah. Really close the whole race now together. It's Andreas Heiniger, Swiss guy. This race is dominated by the Swiss guys. The first 5 positions, all the way from Switzerland, all 5 guys. So the first so-called foreigner, Kurt Ecke, comes from Germany on 6th position or 2nd position in the classic competition. So here we have Chad Schreiber and Cornelius Dornier. Guillaume Chatelain goes through. Wait a minute, okay. I saw that Kurt Ecke, I see that Kurt Ecke lost 2 seconds. Why is that? I can't tell you why. So now the gap is nearly 3 seconds. 1 lap ago it was, but the funny thing is that he gained. He was 1 second. More than 1 second faster in sector 1 than Niki Leutwiler. We didn't have it in the camera, so I can't explain you why. But we will look for it. There we have our leader, Elia Papagena. After 10 laps, he leads by, we have to wait by 14 seconds after 10 laps. This is a domination in this race from Elia Papagena. And there we have our two fighters in the classic competition, Niki Leutwiler and Kurt Ecke. Now the gap is again a bit closer than before. Maybe there was something with overlapping with the Caymans. Maybe I don't know. I really don't know. It's just it's just some thinking of me. So don't blame me if I would be wrong, because we can't see all the things that happen on track. But look at this picture. Look at this. Those two beautiful classic cars going around Variante Alta. And now that reminds me of the mid-90s, watching Carrera Cup and Super Cup. And exactly, they drove here with this model in Imola. I will check you who wins when those models were driving in the Porsche Super Cup here at Imola. So Kurt Ecke is coming nearer. There's the motivation for Kurt Ecke from his team. Ecke is coming nearer. A little bit of slipstream for Kurt Ecke. Now only 0.5 of a second. There's Andreas Heiniger coming to overlap the classic boys. We wait here for Tosa. Here they are. Yeah. Ecke is coming nearer. Ecke is coming nearer. A little bit of a mistake on the brakes. A little bit of understeering. And now Ecke closes the gap. So, all eyes on Leutwiler and Ecke coming down the start, finish straight. Here they are. Come on, motivation for Kurt. Yeah, that's it. Every single lap. Okay, now heading to Tamburello. Here they are. Kurt Ecke is, I think, at the end of the lap. There's Kurt Ecke is a bit faster at the end of the lap. So Variante Alta, Rivazza, and at the beginning, Tamburello, Tosa, and Aqua Minerale. There is Niki Leutwiler a bit stronger. So yeah, look at this. And now we're heading for the second half of this track, and you will see that Kurt Ecke will come a little bit closer. Although I don't know why. I don't know why. Here we are on the way with Andreas Heiniger. Heiniger on third position, and listen to that sound. And then we switch back to the normal signal. Okay. We will keep an eye on Leutwiler and Ecke, but here we have again Andreas Heiniger, and here's our leader. This is Elia Papagena, now leading by over 15 seconds, nearly 16 seconds. Reminds me of some old Formula One races of Michael Schumacher. So a little bit of domination, yeah. And yeah, we will see. Take a look at the guys in the back. Schmidhuber is pulling the gap to Maxi von der Leyen. And again, a little bit of on board with Andreas Heiniger. Now with Elia Papagena. Now heading to the Tamburello. Tamburello now more chicane. Oh, what a pity. I would like to hear some more. Yeah. Okay. So maybe we could make a fully lap with an on-board. Okay. Going down here, Aqua Minerale in the inside. Step on the gas. Ooh, nice drift. And then climbing up the hill. Fifth gear. Downshift. Inside. Going outside, touch the curb. Then hold the car on the inside. Now, over the curb. Now brake again. Then inside curb, outside curb. Full on gas. Over the hill. Find your position for the ideal angle for the chicane. Bum, bum, bum. Take the curbs full. When you come out of the corner, now heading to Rivazza 1 and 2. That was good. That was good. And now Rivazza 1, Rivazza 2, and let it go. Yeah, how many minutes do we have? We have already 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. It's clear and it's obvious. Elia Papagena, I think he holds a little bit back now. Is leading by. We must wait for Guillaume Châtelain. Guillaume Châtelain is coming. Elia Papagena is leading by nearly 16 seconds. Andreas Heiniger on third position, Jovacek on fourth position. So the Cayman Trophy. Then on the classics, Niki Leutwiler pulls the gap now to Kurt Ecke, nearly 3 seconds, and then the the standalone man, because Enzo Calderari, a big gap to Kurt Ecke and a big gap to Judge Schreiber. In Germany, we would say fährt sein Rennen allein. He drives his race alone. Yeah. Then Judge Schreiber, followed by Cornelius Donnier. That might be interesting for the last minute. And Florian Schmidhuber and Maxi von der Leyen are in the end. And we have, since 11 laps, we have Matteo Camata in the pits, and he won't come out. So let's take a closer look to let's take it to Schreiber and Donnier. And here they come down straight start-finish line. Maybe we see an attack at the in the Tamburello. Here they are. And Elia Papacena. Time's over now. We will get straight to checkered flag, I think. So we have 2 more laps, I see. 2 more laps till it's plus 2 laps until the checkered flag comes out. Let's have a closer look again to the classification. It's I don't want to say that Elia Papacena is winning this race with his hands in his pocket, because he makes a really good job. And of course, with these temperatures in Italia, it's quite hard to do this run. Last lap is now on. And but could we have a look again to Schreiber and to Donnier? That might be interesting. There's only 0.5 of a second, so we could look at them. Maybe. But no. Let's last with here they are. Here they are. This is Papacena. And here are the 2 guys fighting for the 4th position in the classic competition. Whoa, 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 whoa. This was nearly great. Okay, Cornelius Donnier tried to pass, and it was a try. Let's call it a try. Okay, everything's fine. Nothing happened. So let's go on and let's head to the checkered flag. Papacena passing and overlapping Enzo Calderari. And last few corners. This is Enzo Calderari, 3rd position in the classic competition. And here we have our winner. Now he's waving. Our winner in the GT4. Big hands for Elia Papacina. We have the third position in the classic competition. Enzo Calvarari passes the line. We are waiting for Guillaume Chatelain and Andreas Heiniger. Here he is, Guillaume Chatelain, second position. And we are waiting for Schreiber, Dornier. And so on. So for your information, the whole classification, Elia Papacina wins, second place Guillaume Chatelain, third place Andreas Heiniger. We're waiting for him, here he is. And fourth place, in fourth position, Jovasek. Niki Leutwiller wins the classic competition, second place Kurt Ecke, third Enzo Calderari, then Schreiber, Dornier, Schmidhuber und von der Leyen. And von der Leyen, I don't speak German here at the race. So, and yeah, I'm a bit sad of Matteo Camata. And now we're heading to the podium ceremony. Okay. Okay, I have a bit of... So this was the race of the combined race of the GT4 and the classic cars, and we are going to Elia. So the plan worked out, obviously. Congratulations. How was it for you? Was it a bit boring?
No, I wouldn't say it was boring because, you know, we have to push, we have to understand the car well, so I had to push from the first to the last lap. Of course, I have a lot of pressure on the start with the rolling start procedure, so the first 2 laps are always very on the limit, but then from them on I could build on my race and I bring it home.
So congratulations, great win. And we're heading towards to Nikki. Niki, hat alles gehalten, glaube ich mal.
Ja, also in der Tat, ich will jetzt da nicht in der Freude da noch etwas bemängeln, aber die Lenkung, die ist ein bisschen eigenartig. Einmal diesen Lenkstellung, dann wieder nach der nächsten Kurve eine andere. Also wir werden der Sache schon noch auf die Spur kommen, gell?
Okay, der Kurt ist dir zwischenzeitlich ein bisschen näher gekommen.
Ja. In der Tat, er fährt halt einfach gut. Da gibt es halt nichts. Gegen Erfahrung ist nichts auszurichten. Da kann man nichts machen. Gell?
Außer noch mehr Erfahrung.
Ja, gut, wenn du das sagst.
Okay, also herzlichen Glückwunsch, Niki. Okay, so this was the first race of our combinated multi-class race between the GT4 cars and the classic cars, and we're heading now to the Open GT, and we are back in a few minutes. See you. are again for the Open GT in the first race. You hear it in my voice. The cars are getting out of the pits now, and look at this row. We have more than 30 participants in this race. We have all kinds of cup cars, the older ones and the newest ones. We have the GT3 Rs, and we are waiting now for the field arriving here. We will have a small chat with Rod, our leader, and we will have a small chat with 2 or more guys, and then we have to get quick to the microphone, to the commentary, and we will see what will happen. Look at this field. Listen to that sound. Isn't it great? Isn't it great to have that beautiful sound? And again, one of the last participants checking out the brakes, warming up the brakes, and another one comes out, and this is the sound. This is the reason why I get up from my bed. Well, when I make 800 kilometers from my hometown to get to this beautiful racetrack and listen to that sound. That's amazing, really amazing. Now we're waiting for the participants to join the grid. Some of them are making 2 or 3 warm-up laps, because in the starting procedure you have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to do as much laps as you can for warming up, and some of them are using the time to get the latest information of the track, to warm up the brakes, to warm up the tires. To bring the tires in the right window, or the brakes in the right window. Too hot, not good. Too cold, not good. And everything, brakes, tires, works always the best way in the window. Some of them are coming. We are here with Patrick Dingeldein and 5th position. He had in qualifying. Patrick, das Interview können wir auf Deutsch machen. Wie war dein Qualifying?
Es war ganz okay, aber ich war nicht wirklich zufrieden. Ich habe nicht alle Sektoren zusammengebracht. Ja, habe immer wieder das Minus gesehen, aber habe es dann letztendlich doch nicht ganz geschafft, noch in den 43er Bereich zu fahren. Aber sonst okay. Also jetzt gucken wir, was im Rennen passiert und ich bin ganz zuversichtlich. Nachher starte ich ja auf Startplatz 4, eine Position weiter vorne. Von dem her, ich freue mich aufs Rennen.
Alles klar, dann wünschen wir dir viel Glück.
Danke dir.
Viel Erfolg. Okay, and we heading to the first row, where we have our pole sitter, and where we have our second best. Look at this field. Look at this field, and so much Porsches in the row. It's amazing to watch it. If you ever get the chance to watch Porsche Sprint Challenge, go for it. Go for it. That's a quite good comparison. We have here the actual model of the GT3R, and there is the older model of the GT3R. You see the difference in the spoiler, and you see the difference in the diffuser. Yeah? The diffuser now is wider, not so sharpened to the top. We see it, as we can see it here on the spoiler, this spoiler is hanging and the spoiler from the other guy is standing. So let's have a look if Rod has got some time for us. Okay, Rod, I think that qualifying was quite good.
No, I'm very happy with qualifying. Now it's converted into first place after the first corner.
So your tactic is maximum attack for the first corner.
I think down to the first corner, try and make sure I protect the inside line. Fairly steady first lap, just make sure everyone gets warmed up in the car and then push for a few laps and try and make a bit of space.
Okay, fingers crossed for you.
Thank you.
And enjoy your race.
Thank you very much.
So now we're heading to the second place. It was quite close between those two guys, although Enzo Monetti is in an older car, but no. Can we make a shortcut? Okay. You led the first group, and then came Rod. So what's your tactic now for the first few corners?
Yeah, good question. I think come around the corner with entire car is already good.
Okay.
Yeah, so if he goes, then it's okay. I try to follow him. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Enjoy your race. Good luck. All the best. Okay. So now we're heading to the commentary post. The commentatory post. My God, my tongue it's hot. It's obviously hot, and we will see us soon. In the next 4 races. No, 3 races. 3 races with grid, 4 races with commentary. So stay safe, and in 5 minutes we go. And here we go for our first round of the Open GT. As I told you, Roderick Christie in front, followed by Philippe Menotti, Pierre Eret on third position, Stefan Heim on fourth position, and Patrick Dingeldine on fifth, and so on. We are waiting now for the cars to get in the grid formation, and then this wild bunch, this great bunch, will be released in a few moments. So, field is now coming. A little bit of recap from the grid, what we heard. Rod Christie is a bit nervous for the first corner. Philippe Menotti wants to follow him, but some guys have a little bit of they've got something on their notice board, like Patrick Dingeldine. He said, I didn't brought my lap together, so obviously I have it in me, but it doesn't work out in the qualifying for me. So this is that what we should, what he wants to change for now. Here they are. The field is coming through Rivazza. Look at that field. It's so beautiful. So, and listen to that sound. And I will shut my mouth when the lights turn green for a quick moment, that you can listen to that sound. And away we go. It's green light and somebody is hitting the grass, but I hope it's okay. So here it is. And as Philippe Menotti mentioned it, it's Richard. Hope he's not angry with me. It's Roderick Christie in front. Whole field is fighting. But it's all fair, no accidents. Let's have a look. Roddy Christie in front, Philippe Menotti on position 2, Pierre Eret, Stefan Heim, Patrick Dingeldine. Nothing changed. That's quite interesting. The best Cup Porsche is at the moment Gualtiero Branco on 6th position in general, and he's leading in the Cup category. Okay, first lap is mostly absolvated. New 5th position for Max Mutschlechner. Patrick Dingeldine already lost a position. Andrea Galli is now on the 8th position. Danilo Paoletti on 9th position. Alice Rieder lost a bit of an action. Wolfgang Triller now on the 11th position. And so it goes on. Okay, we're on track with Patrick Dingeldein chasing Max Mutschlechner. Oh. So we got someone stranded, but the front is okay. This is of course yellow flag, and we have the safety car. We have the safety car now. Okay. This is quite funny because that car was standing and now is returned.